Hello! Thank you, Heidi, for introducing us. Yep, this is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater HD. This has been ran on the Xbox Series S, but it's not any run. This is an all keratins run. So there are 64 keratin frogs scattered throughout the game, and I am going to find and shoot them all and then finish the game. And I've brought along with me two lovely commentators, Stars and House, if you want to introduce yourselves as well.
Hello. My name is Asis. Thanks for having me, Nick. And I'm looking forward to the run. It's the all-dog tags of Metal Gear Solid 3, so let's make sure we get all 64 of those.
Hello, I'm Stars. I speedrun MGS1. I've not personally speedrun this category, but I'm excited for it. It's probably one of my speedruns to watch.
So we're going to be playing on New Game Plus. This is a New Game Plus save where I've not got any of the frogs already. Not that it should really matter, but it is a slight time save using New Game Plus over New Game. And time won't begin just yet. Time begins when this set of words disappears. And we finish hearing David Hayter give his intro. So 3, 2, 1, start!
All right, everyone. Welcome to Metal Gear Solid 3, the game taking place in 1964. And we're going to start with the Virtuous Mission. Virtuous Mission. And we're going to start by getting our backpack, where all the stuff is in there. So Stars, where is the first frog? I heard there's a frog in every room, and I think there's one coming up right soon, right?
Yes, there is a frog in almost every single room. It's only 3. One is the riverbank, and just 2 more. So it's gonna come up real soon. And just a reminder, the frogs in the Virtuous Mission and the frogs in the Operation Snake Eater are different. They're entirely different. You have to go through the same rooms and shoot them again, and they're in different spots as well.
And here's the first one. And chat, please count along with us. We have 64 to hit, or else the run is not valid, so this is the first one.
1 down, 63 to go. 1 frog!
This would never not be funny. All right, here we go. Here's swamplands. Make sure to step mostly over the faces of these alligators, because with their tails, they definitely will hit us and might even cause us to drown.
Gavials.
I checked earlier today because I've never been sure. They're called gavials in the game, and gavials are crocodiles.
Crocodiles, excuse-moi. And there's number 2.
Frog number 2.
Indeed. And this one's really well camouflaged. Like I didn't even know there was one because I've never seen it casually. The machine off. We're making good use of the auto aim that in Metal Gear Solid 3 has actually been automatically enabled compared to previous games where you had to press a button first, but here we can just run and gun right away. Personally think this makes controls slightly easier. And of course with the sensor here we can just move on. All roll for guards. And before we leave... What? Come on. Did he move?
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. We can check with the D mic if frogs are still making their sound. Because they're sometimes so far away, just because it's so easy for us in the speedrun. We're going to be here, and this number 4 right away. There we go. And that's almost all of them done here for the Virtuous Mission. Just one more coming up a little later. So here you might think, having a caution or alert here is actually a bad thing, but good thing for us is actually in the next one when we arrive, it will actually go away. It could lead on Xbox, where we play currently on Xbox Series S, lead to a longer load, but Nick took care of the guard just before, so there's nothing we need to worry about here.
Yeah, that was really good. I usually get a caution there and then either have to wait out the caution so I don't get the long load, or just get the long load. So it usually doesn't happen. That was quite good.
And you can see here one of the many movement techniques that we can use in MGS3. We're going to mostly roll up on hills, just because going up hills has Snake run very slow. And unless we have a box, we're just always going to try to roll up here. Alright, so here at cutscene Snake takes over. Usually we would have a cool fight here, but in the Virtuous Mission at least, there's no fight happening for us in gameplay, so we're just going to skip by all of that. And we're going to quickly turn around here for the last character of the Virtuous Mission, number 5. And now it's just going all the way south. Yeah.
That's it for the Virtuous Mission. We've got one more room to do, but there's no frog in this room. This is one of the only rooms in the game that doesn't have a frog.
Yep. Because, I mean, very simply said, you cannot even shoot him because you're just lying on the floor. You have to heal yourself, and after you healed yourself, only then the game will automatically continue on anyway. And there we go. So we're going to do this menu real quickly. We're going to take care of all the cuts first. And we're going to skip having the broken bone that would be in between, just because the menus are going to be faster. And then we're going to do the broken bones last. And here we go. That's the Virtuous Mission.
Alright, no listening to Snake Eater.
Unfortunate. And we're starting right away with Operation Snake Eater. Here are the 59 final frogs and stars. You said something about the frogs coming back again, so let us know what we're going to do next.
Okay. One thing I wanted to mention, most of the Operation Snake Eater the frogs are gonna be shot with the easy gun, which is the gun you get for playing very easy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you quickly explain what the easy gun does?
Well, the easy gun is a fantastic tool. Yeah.
Increases your stamina regen, increases your stealth, and that's it. If I'm not.
And it's a one-shot tranquilizer, of course, as well. So you can shoot any guard anywhere you want, and they will be tranquilized immediately. Which on very easy, I think, is true also for the regular gun that you have. But with the easy gun, on top of that, as you said, your stamina recovers automatically, and you always have 80% camo index, which basically makes it that the guards will never see you really on this difficulty. And here's one of the many diversions from the regular speedrun. We are actually going all the way back again to the beginning. And we gotta remind Nick that he doesn't forget the Keratin on his way back here in the swamplands because it's quite hidden. And it maybe have happened before. I'm not saying when or who does it. But we're not gonna miss any frogs today, of course, because we're excellent runners and know what we're doing. So we're gonna walk all the way back here where we usually began the Virtuous Mission. And as we established, yeah, the frogs are kind of the same, but they have moved in between. So I don't know, maybe they're sentient. Maybe they're little creepy dolls that actually move at night. So let's hope we're catching them all here.
Under the log.
Exactly. Oh, turn out.
Not quite down far enough. There it is.
There you go. In the distance. Oh.
There we go.
Fast shot, let's go.
First try.
First try.
So yeah, every single frog in these sections of Operation Snake Eater are in different locations to where they were in the Virtuous Mission. There is one exception on one version of the game. The very first release of Metal Gear Solid 3 is the NTSC version of Snake Eater, and there's one room where it was in the same place for some reason, and then when they ported it to PAL, they moved it. I'm going to get this one.
That's the important one. Never gonna miss this one.
That's the one that I've been missing in practice lately, and just get to here and like, oh yeah, it's not here. I've got to turn around.
Yep. That makes 8 currently being shot. Gotta say, it usually is the way you can shoot a frog in one playthrough, and if you continue playing on the same save file, after a while you can have them all shot, all 64, through multiple playthroughs. But we want to specifically also aim for the Keratin rank, which is why we are playing on the Yugen Plus file, where we've not shot any of them before. And so we basically have a clean slate of 0 out of 64. So at the end of the run, after the credits, here we go, there's another one. We should have also the Keratin rank.
Yes, there's 2 different completion goals for Keratins. There is getting all 64 on the same save file, which gets you the stealth rank. The stealth gear. That is your reward for getting all 64 of those. But they can be done on multiple run-throughs. It's only getting all 64 on a single run-through that will get you the Keratin rank, and that is what we're aiming for.
Indeed. I'm going to quickly turn around here. There's another one, as we've seen, moved. Quite a distance, actually, from the ridge.
That's what I was saying earlier about the NTSC version of Snake Eater. On that original version, the frog is in the same location on top of the bridge pole in Operation Eater, but every release since it's been on that cliff edge instead. The only other exception is the 3DS version of Snake Eater, but that's actually a completely different game running on a different engine. And it is all of the frogs are replaced with Yoshis because it's on a Nintendo handheld.
As it does. All right, we're at 11 now, and it's time for the first boss-ish fight. We're going to fight the Ocelot unit. For that, we're going to go quickly out here again. And I assume you're going to go with the stun method once again, which has been more recently established.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So we're going to start this fight by just rolling off the window. We're going to use the easy gun to trank the first guy to the right. Well, using auto aim, hopefully. There you go. Then we're going to aim around here, shoot the one on the roof, which auto aim actually lets us turn around immediately. And then we're just going to throw a stun and hopefully get all of them immediately. 2 left. Let's see if there's 1 left, maybe.
I messed up a bit.
Yeah, that can happen sometimes. This do still... Yeah, there we go. Oh! Sometimes if they're too close, they actually cut you down. You don't have any chance. The good thing, though, with the easy gun is... as you just in front of them, one shot, then going down. There you go.
That was not the best display of that, but in my defense, I've switched to that strategy in less than a week.
You're doing fine. As long as you don't miss any of the frogs, nothing can...
That's the most important bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, normally there's a lethal method that we use for that, but another runner by the name Ms. Luna has been perfecting... That's actually an older strat, and the lethal method has tended to be faster, but Ms. Luna went back to the non-lethal method and really perfected it, and it has turned out to now be faster. Oh, there's a crocodile above me.
Please don't eat, sir.
I really don't want that crocodile to eat me.
Yeah, no munchies, please. So here's a keratin underwater. It's really barely able to be seen. It's...
Okay, the crocodile's not here. I'm safe.
Yeah. And we're now at 12. Alright, moving on, we're gonna see something interesting. So with all keratins, as I said, it's comparable to the old dog tags from Metal Gear Solid 2. We're gonna collect all the things basically throughout the run. Sadly, we don't need to hold up any of these guards. That would be a cool thing to have because I personally like the hold up mechanic. And in Metal Gear Solid 3 here, as we walk on and move past any of these claymores without exploding, because we're pros, of course, we're gonna quickly take a slight turn to the right here, and we'll shoot another frog as we get around. Some rooms definitely change a lot more, and we're gonna see this coming up soon. But in this case, he is basically just stopping quickly, shooting the frog, and then moving on. Ooh.
Oh, I think I actually had that perfect first
Yeah.
try. Oh, come on.
Come on, Frogo. There you go.
Okay.
It needs to be said that we're playing on Xbox consoles here, and that HD version, aiming, and especially first-person aiming, is slightly different to how it works in PlayStation 3. In PlayStation 3, it's definitely more refined. You can do way smaller movements, more incrementally. On Xbox, it's just a little bit more rigid and fast, which sometimes actually makes it harder for some strategies. Say, for example, later at the end, not the end of the game, but the boss called the end, where we're going to see a little bit of trickery. This is one of those rooms that we said where frogs are so much out of the way. We gotta actually go down here in this room, quickly shoot this one under the table, and then move on. Normally would actually walk to the left side here and all around everyone. Coming up, the first real boss of the game, and that is Ocelot himself. So I'm gonna quickly shoot him here, throw a stun, and gonna quickly turn around here. Switch back to the easy gun, shoot one more time, throw another stun, and here comes the frog of this room. You have only this chance, can't come back later, so... There we go. It's number 14. And now we're just gonna finish the fight here, where we just shoot Ocelot. There you go. Well done.
Here's the longest deviation from a normal run. And it is in a room which is really dark. Hopefully you can see the stream fine.
Hopefully. Yeah, don't adjust your monitors. This is not an issue at all. And Kojima found it actually that it's going to be a nice challenge to give everyone a super dark room, and then only later, if you spend more time here, as it would naturally happen as well, that your eyesight gets adjusted to it. And as Snake spends more time here in these dark caves, the image will slowly brighten over time. Bad for speedrunners, we don't want to wait that time, of course, so we're going to move on immediately.
I can see it much better on my own monitor than you can on the stream.
Yeah, the frog in these caves is very much out of our way, as we said, and basically we're going to just go all out of our way to get it, reset, come back to the center of the room, and then go on as we would normally do. There, like, could you have seen this normally? I've probably never.
You might think, well, what if you just go and grab the night vision goggles and use those to see? The night vision goggles are just in front of that frog.
Well, at least they made it close to each other.
There is a torch that you can go and grab, but it's a little out of the way, and it's not ideal to grab.
True. And we want to make sure that we're not grabbing the animals camo that also gives us, just because we want to save that slot in our camo index, so we just don't want to menu over it. Arguably, it's like a minimal thing. You can grab it and not lose that much time, but, you know, we're perfectionists. We want to keep it clean. So don't pick up anything that we actually don't need. Now we're going to go the regular way, where we crawl up this little vent. Technically, you can do a glitch here, which is called vent clip. You can do that also in Metal Gear Solid 1. But it's very tricky, and it's a little bit also lost to time. We have video proof of it, even a tutorial, but I tried it myself, couldn't get it to work, and I assume Nick also doesn't. So we're just going to go the normal way.
I've tried it multiple times. The only use for it is to get that frog much quicker. But yeah. I cannot get the trick to work. It's like so precise. You could almost say that it is pixel perfect.
Ooh, well done.
Oh, bam!
He's got it. Thankfully, as we move on here in the second part of these caves, like it's already turned up a little bit more, so we can much easier see now what Nick's doing. And there's another frog coming up just before the pain fight here. There we go, just on the hill. And now let's start the pain. So how does the pain work? Pain is kind of painless, I want to say. We're just going to shoot with the easy gun over and over again. In the first part here, we're just going to quickly unequip and re-equip the gun. And then get ready to shoot him. It can happen that the pain just moves around or uses his B armor, so then we have to use a stun to get rid of it, and just keep shooting it. There you go, this first phase, well done. In the second phase, there will be these bullet bees. On the HD versions of the game, if you're in first person, the bullet bees actually cannot hit you at all, so we can just stand there without any problems, stay in first person, and shoot with the easy gun. Oh, and there we go, that's the pain. GG. And I assume the reason why we get the character before this boss fight is we're literally just walking down, already aiming at that position, so it's not that much more out of our way.
Yeah.
And here we go. Next up is a cool frog coming along. So Stars, do you want to talk about it if you want?
Yes.
Gonna just roll over here, as explained. Going up slopes makes it slower for Snake. And then... there it is.
That's nice and smooth.
There are claymores on the floor, so if you walk in too far, actually you will explode. Thankfully, that didn't happen here.
Yeah, out of bounds.
Yeah, there's a fun little trick you can do just at the end. If you roll, you can go out of bounds and then fall off the map. So now from right here, we're just going to turn to the sides. And now we're just going to take a long swim. Thankfully, being on very easy difficulty, it doesn't matter too much if you lose much of health, so we don't even need to worry about the brown, I think, face paint it is. That gives us infinite oxygen. We can just swim all the way and don't need to worry about the health that we lose.
Now, what about this deviation, Stars?
Yep, we're gonna turn left here instead of right.
Mm-hmm.
Ponies of your vest.
This is one of the rooms you would normally visit during a speedrun, other than just a simple deviation.
Yep. And once again, another underwater. Yeah, we can hear it. There you go. Collect it. And now we just go all the way back again and continue as normally.
The only reason to ever go in this room really is there's a weapons cache ahead of you, and that's where you can get the SVD, the sniper rifle, which allows you to kill the end early. But we never do it in a speed run because it doesn't save any time to kill the end early.
Yep, because if we kill the end, we're gonna have to deal with another Ocelot unit, and that just takes way more time. We do, however, will poke a little bit of fun at the end. So as we enter the room, we're gonna equip our M19. I'm gonna shoot the barrel that's right next to the end to give it a little bit of damage, and we're gonna shoot this guard as well, who will turn around actually. I'm gonna quickly shoot this frog. Oh, there you go. That's 20 collected. And now we wanna already have a guard, of course, calling an alert. And the second one will call in yet another alert and delay the first one. And so ideally, we can move in immediately. Yeah, looks good so far, I think. I'll put on the easy gun and oh.
Not yet.
Ah, it's
not
fine.
quite right with the timing, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, as soon as we hit the low trigger, it doesn't matter if the guards will hit us because it will continue to have Snake just run in. And here we go. We're in the warehouse. I'm gonna roll quickly over here. Gonna grab the cardboard box A and then also look up here. Just in the corner is the next frog. Here's one of the major things that you can see, that you have the easy gun on playing very easily. Even if you don't shoot that guy, you can just walk past him and you'll be like, huh? And he will never spot us. That's how good that camo is. Alright, moving quickly onwards to the lab. If I'm not wrong, we're not going to take care of the frog in here.
No, we are going to get it in here.
Oh, sorry, we're going to get it now instead of later.
This is the same room that we're going to be fighting the Fear. So we want to take the frog out now so that we don't have to worry about it during the Fears fight. It tends to be the case with most of the bosses. If it's a Cobra unit boss, you can take the frog out before the fight. If it's a non-Cobra unit boss, then you'll tend to have to take out the frog during the fight. There are a couple of exceptions to that. I am deliberately ignoring the frog in this room, though. We'll get this frog.
It's right behind the tree there. We're going to shoot it later as we come out again. It makes sense to shoot the fierce frog now before we fight him, because when we end the fight, we're going to spawn way more south again in the room. We need to go up, so picking it first, of course, makes more sense. Here's a fun little thing. You would think we're just going to walk in normally, but actually, here's a cool strat. Because we need to grab the keratin. Hello. We're gonna put on the scientist uniform, have this guy see us, and he will put us in the prison cell right next to the upcoming keratin.
Saves several loading screens as well.
Indeed. Gonna go right here. Shoot a little guy. There you go. And now we're gonna walk all the way up again. Sadly, we have to go to a different kind of the basement, and for that we have to move back again to the ground floor first and then take a quick turn around. And let's see if Nick is a guard gamer, if he can make the perfect roll through the window. So
I've been perfecting this roll through the window. I know where I've been going wrong now.
Ah, I see.
So
Formerly though, there's another 24. I think that doesn't count.
Oh, wow. It's because I've now swapped to going through this window, and I didn't quite have. Completely showed myself up. Right, I've got to do this. Frog. Frog.
Frog.
Frog. Frog. Frog. Frog. Frog.
Actually, we're not shooting it now. We're shooting it later, but we definitely will remember.
Basically, there is. I had a run on Tuesday where I got a new world record time, and I didn't get the keratin rag because I missed this frog. This frog, I just didn't go for it. I just completely missed it. I just didn't even think about getting it. I didn't stop here and turn and shoot this frog. I just ran straight through. I've shot it.
Right
We're
there.
good.
Yes.
I'm not gonna miss it again.
It's one of those painful experiences where, especially you're having a specific rank you want to acquire, if you go all the way through the end and then notice, oh, you missed one thing, it's so much pain. So I think you will never forget this one again. All right, let's move on. Yeah.
It's like sometimes there's ones where you can't hear them and you can't see them very well, so it might be that you've just you have made a mistake and you've missed it. But this one, I checked, I watched the footage back and I just walked straight past. Didn't even stop and try. So I was so mad at myself. I was about 2 minutes ahead of world record as well.
Damn. Oh well. Now we're gonna go and now we're gonna shoot the next one behind the tree,
which we ignored earlier.
Exactly, because now, as we can see, we're already moving out, just slightly turn, and then we move on.
Oh.
Oops.
Slightly too far over to the left there.
Happens to the best. I do that so often. You want to go fast and take the turn slightly too early, or you stand up slightly too early and then... And taking an alert here, by the way, is not a problem at all, because once we reach, of course, the fear, we're in the boss fight, the alert doesn't matter. I'm going to put on the stun here, and the trick with the fear is very simple. If the fear is in stun mode, all lethal damage will automatically also turn over into non-lethal damage. And the trick is to get him close to us, basically using the death pill, or fake death pill here. He's going to walk up, we're going to wait for a specific cue. As he starts walking towards us, we're going to revive ourselves. He's now close. He will stand there for a few seconds, which gives us enough time to throw stun, and we're going to start shooting the fear. As we see here with a lethal gun, we take non-lethal damage off him, and that's the fight.
Yeah, we don't know why it is that when the fear's stunned, he takes non-lethal damage. But you do a very similar trick in European Extreme, which is the hardest difficulty. I do want to just cure that venom poisoning now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in European Extreme, we're going to use one of the traps to actually hit the fear, and then he will be dying even faster. Very nice roll down here. That's a really good movement. That's a nice little glitch that we can use. If we fall down here, we can actually grab the ledge basically from behind and then keep on running.
I guess we already got the frog in that room ages ago.
It makes sense why some situations you do them early or later. It mostly has to do with the fact you want to basically deviate as little as possible from a regular speedrun anyway. Right, there you go. Now moving on towards the end, not the end of the game, that's a different boss. We're going to fight the boss that's called the end here. And before we get there, actually, we're going to deviate slightly a bit more again. So in this room, the frog is further to the right than we usually would go. Also this one. It's such a bad thing that Kojima said, you know what, in a green jungle, we're going to put green frogs. And if you don't see all of them, you're going to not get the rank.
Yeah, here normally we'd go north and go into the end boss fight, but there is another room. Got to be careful because there's a trap next to that tree.
Ooh, there you go.
So yeah, Svatgorny East is a room you wouldn't normally see in a speedrun.
Yeah. I like it. It's really cool. It's one of those rooms where basically everything is here. You got a slope, you got rooms, guards in here. It's basically like a little sandbox, which is why it's theorized that it's sort of a testing ground or vertical slice of the game. Did you get it?
On the safe side. Yeah.
All right, there you go. And
I saw it move, but I wanted to be on the safe side for this.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right, that marks 30 frogs shot so far, over halfway done. Wait, no, actually 2 more, sorry. But we're getting close to the halfway point. Now we're going to go back, and now we're going to actually move on to the end boss room. I'm going to put in a stun here and put it away, so it's basically, previous slot. So when we start the fight, we can just tap R2 and bring out the stun immediately.
Now, the one thing that Metal Gear Solid 3 doesn't have in comparison to Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 is a big RNG moment. We changed that with Keratons.
Yep.
Welcome to the end, RNG.
Yep. So what we're going to do in the beginning here, as we shot, of course, the barrel next to the end, he's taking already damage, but not just lethal damage, also just non-lethal damage. We're going to throw 3 stuns here and take out even more, so he's at the halfway point. And in a regular run, we were just giving a few more headshots with the easy gun here. But in this instance, we're going to turn here. We shoot this Keratin frog first. There we go, 31. And now we're going to wait here, give him a headshot. Now we wait.
Go left, go left, go left. Yes!
He goes left. All right,
yes!
There you go. If he goes right, that's bad RNG. It's going to make a slow end fight. But here, going left, that's the fast option. So let's see where it goes. Very nice. The end giving us here good RNG to bless this marathon. There's another frog here around the corner. There you go, in the water. Just taking a quick bath. And now the end is up there. And that ends the fight. GG.
Yeah. When the end goes left, he always moves to that position. If he goes right, he could be in one of several locations.
And there's just one more here. Got him.
And if he goes goes right, we would finish him off, take out that frog, and then we'd have to backtrack to the room that we went in. So yeah, much faster with the
that teleport helps us a lot. All right, halfway point done, 33 if I counted correctly. Very nice. And now we're going to see one of the great things with the box. The box is basically the most powerful item in Metal Gear Solid 3. Doesn't matter if you're playing on very easy or European Extreme difficulty, because this box actually allows us to move fast on slopes. That's basically because the developers never actually put in a slow walking animation when you're inside the box. You always run the same speed, and so if you're walking on slows, if you're inside the box, you move way faster than just walking regular. All right, don't miss this one. Very easy to miss to just walk past it. And now let's enjoy the Snake Eater theme. And we're back.
Kind of a Metal Gear speedrunners tradition.
Mm-hmm. Since we skipped it earlier, we gotta give it credit when we can. So of course, during the ladder, we usually don't talk, so we can enjoy the moment. All right, moving on to the mountains. Mountains, once again, we're gonna use the box for most of it. There's so many slopes here. Like, look at that. So for the most part, we're just gonna walk here. It was made for this, exactly. This is a racetrack, naturally. And there's also, of course, frogs here. I'm gonna walk a little bit to the left here. I'll shoot this one right behind here. Thankfully, there's a zoom feature. And there we go. Gonna roll into this guard, knock him out, and then, of course, the alert goes away immediately. Having an alert in these mountains is not advantageous, especially in the final room. If you do get one, we have to carry it all the way through. So let's hope for a good mountain section. And if you're wondering if these guards fall down, don't worry. That was natural cause, right? It was the physics that killed him, not Snake that accidentally pushed him. It just so happens that in Metal Gear Solid 3 they gave Snake a massive hitbox basically. So when you're rolling through them, you can technically just walk through them and behind them start doing the roll. You would still knock out these guards. I'm going to use the box here just to move a little bit faster, and also so that they don't immediately calling an alert.
Doing this section without an alert makes it so it doesn't have to shoot the frog with guards shooting at him and just shaking his aim all over the place.
Yeah, we've seen that in the latest world record run, which is of course a pain. So not having an alert here looks amazing. And we're at 37 if I count correctly. There you go, yeah. We want to make sure to roll through this guard or else he will call an alert during the load transition. So we start now, mountain free here, free of charge. And there's a frog right at the right corner. Which I'm not sure. I think we're gonna take it out now rather than later. There you go.
Yeah, I used to take that one out on the way back, but it's quite a long shot. And I was like, oh, there must be a way of doing this nicely. The main reason for not doing it here is we don't want to get an alert, because if we get an alert in this room, then we're going to lose a bunch of time.
Indeed.
But I had another crack at it and was like, oh, we can just shoot it there and no one's watching us, so it's fine.
All right. Lots of cutscenes. Lots of walking, lots of talking, and I have one more frog here, which we're going to shoot quickly. Ah, there we go. 39. All right. There's another frog coming, if I remember correctly. There we go. Just as moved on. And now we're at 40. And yeah, if anyone's calling me a spammer in chat, I don't care. I need to keep count. I want to make sure that we have the 64 at the end.
Yeah, much quicker to take out the frog beforehand.
Even the fossil bot says 4 times combo. Let's go. Once again, we're going to move up into a room before a boss fight, so we're going to shoot the upcoming frog here before we do the Fury. And right then and there, we're going to start also having a little bit of a stressful moment, because Fury... Yep, there you go. Fury is also a very painful fight. So everything goes well. Wish Nick lots of luck. There you go. Dropping here. We're going to take him out with the Mose Nugget to do non-lethal damage. 3 shots and he will fall over. Ideally, he will not... There you go. Can still be fast enough.
Beautiful.
Very nice. First try, 2 cycles. That's what we love to see.
The only way that could have been faster is if he tried to launch straight away rather than shoot me.
Yep. Very nice. Good job. Especially for speedrunners, when you do this just fast, it can be a very stressful moment, and Nick showed how proficient he is at the game. Very nice. All right,
here's another
next part. Go ahead,
deviation.
Please. Yep. We'll shoot this frog all the way over there. And thankfully, we have laser aim. I think he moved, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, we're going to spend a lot more time in Groznygrad than you normally would.
Yeah, normally you would go left and go immediately to catch Rykov. In this instance, we're going to take care of the frogs now rather than later, because we actually have a gun now, and later we kind of don't. Unless we come back a 3rd time where we have a gun again, but then we're so far away from it, we kind of don't want to do it anymore. And here's basically the longest segment of just venting, so... Nick, how are you feeling? How's the run going for you?
I'm good. I'm good. The run's good. Marathon's good. If anyone else in chat could do with venting, now is a great time to vent.
Yeah, We're here to listen. And especially getting all them frogs, because the next one is coming around the corner. Gonna walk forward a little bit more, and then just as we turn left. As you can see, these vents are very long, and this is just the most opportune time for us to do this frog. And now we go all the way back again.
Grosnograd's Taker had quite a few different variations until I finally settled on this one. Originally, I go all the way through this vent because it leads us into the room that then goes to Rykov. But it's such a long vent that even backtracking and going through 2 more loading screens was quicker than going through the vent.
Yep. Which actually I think is a cool thing, because you see so much more of Metal Gear Solid 3 than you would normally do. And so I really agree that these kind of category extensions, as we call them, they're not really part of the main board. They offer a lot more variation and more playtime, as you would normally have. Right now we're going to go into the building finally, and we're going to get Rykov and do a little Snatcher reference where we're just going to swap bodies with him. Because we got this very cool, very realistic looking mask. The only problem is in 1964 they still haven't figured out the moving mouse, so we just look like him, but we cannot talk. We're going to do a technique where we grab Rykov. We're going to quickly shoot the frog. And keep holding on. Perfect. We don't let go of him. And now we just drag him to the left corner, and then cutscene plays, and we can get his uniform.
That was smooth. That Strak to grab Rykov is not as easy as I made it look.
Yeah.
That has been a lot of practice to get it that smooth.
Well done. Well done. All right. So before we put on all the uniforms, we're going to do yet another frog. And first, we're going to show off this nice little glitch. This is the box glitch. We're going to lean against the wall, use the scope, and then switch to the box, and don't need to press anything else. We just need to equip it, and then we zoom along the wall. The next frog is just down to the left here. We're going to shoot it from the window.
Oh, first try.
Definitely moved. Very nice. First try. And now we're going to actually use the disguise.
That frog is a pain. Because you're shooting it through a window, sometimes the bullet will go wide or something like that. It does not happen very often that I get it on the first shot.
Yep.
But so word of caution, we're now going into the torture scene. This is not a very nice scene. We are blindfolded, and first someone else is being tortured, and then Snake is being tortured. So, say a bit of a trigger warning here. This is not pleasant. We'll continue to talk over it.
Yeah. And of just the talking point that we're going to do. So how about we talk about upcoming runs that we have here at Pixel Perfect Marathon?
That's a very good idea, actually.
If I may, Houses, I'm also coming back tomorrow as a runner, and I'm very happy to show you Metal Gear Solid 2 from a perspective that you've never seen before. Because we're going to play on the PC version, where you can do a few mods, and there's been a brand new mod being released called the SOS mod, or the Substance of Subsistence. So, as you know here, Metal Gear Solid 3 and the HD version, we have 2 different kinds of cameras. One that's basically static and certain angles over Snake, and you have the new subsistence camera, which is basically over the shoulder. You can move it around freely, also called 3D camera. In Metal Gear Solid 2, that was never a thing. We only had one static camera, but thanks to PC being moddable, we now have the camera there as well. And tomorrow at 2 p.m. CET, Fury UK and myself will have a race in Metal Gear Solid 2 in this PC version, and we're going to run exclusively in this new 3D camera mod. So you're going to see the tanker and the plant in brand new perspectives that you've never seen before, and I'm looking very much forward to that.
It's the first time that mod has been showcased at a marathon, so we're really excited that Theory and House have joined us for Pixel Perfect to show it off.
Yep. I'll
be on comms as well as Lightning Strikes. I've not actually watched the whole run before with the mod camera, so but I run MGS2, so I'm really excited to see MGS2 for the first time using the 3D camera and just be like, it just looks wrong. It looks it looks so wrong.
It feels wrong.
So it's going to be really cool to see it for the first time and sort of give live commentary for that.
Yep, indeed. We're actually having more problems than as we would just play with the normal camera. We can sometimes not do certain glitches, so I hope you can expect a great show, a great race, and of course, as I said, see Metal Gear Solid 2 from a new perspective you've never seen before.
That was perfect.
Well, that was I was going to say that was good. All right, in order to leave, we're going to quickly call 144.75. Said 75, not 72, and we're going to have the door open automatically for us. And we're going to use Johnny to our best attempt. We're going to knock him out. And we can do this because we want to have some smoke grenades from him. With these smoke grenades, that's basically our own only ammunition. We can now knock out a few more frogs.
Oh,
and we used
a really bad position.
And we used to get SAA ammo because we have that revolver, but it's a little bit out of the way, so we're gonna... Oh.
There we go.
There you go. We just knock this Keratin, and then we leave the room.
It has to be an overarm throw. Otherwise, it's not enough.
Mm-hmm. And now we walk on through here. I think speedrunners normally just go and get an alert, but because we knocked out Johnny, we're just going to walk on without any alerts. It's also a new thing for me to see. And because we already moved through most of these rooms and knocked out most of these frogs, we don't need to care about them another time.
There is still one more Grozny Grad frog, which is in this room that we're going into now. But this is the room that we're going to come back into after we've finished this section and returned to Grozny Grad, so we'll get it then.
Yeah, for the third visit. We're just closer. It's just to the left about that room here, if I remember correctly. But we don't have a gun. We only have smoke grenades that we can really use. So we're just not going to bother and do it later when we actually have like silent pistols. Right, do a quick roll, going underneath here, and then automatically go down. And in the sewers, we're going to take a break from the frogs because there is none here.
This is one of the only rooms in the game that doesn't have a frog in it.
Yep.
There is some SAA ammo on this ledge that I'm on now, that I'm now dropping down from. And that SAA ammo can be useful for shooting the frog in the next room that we're going to go into. I've got to give a big shout out to one of my community members, Sagohi, who reminded me that ammo was there. Before that, I didn't know about the smoke grenades, so I hadn't been using smoke grenades. And instead, I'd been doing the Sorrow, running all the way through Tiknagorji, getting my equipment back from Eva, and then running back through Tiknagorji to get back to the frog. And then Sagohi was like, "You do know that there's SAA ammo on the top of that the top of that ledge?" I was like, "No." Went and checked it. I was like, "Cool. That information has just saved 2 to 3 minutes of this run."
Amazing.
But
yeah,
now,
that's why. Yeah.
Now that we grab the smoke grenades, we don't grab it anymore.
Yeah, that's why collaboration is so important in speedrunning communities, and it's always great when it comes together. Ooh, there we go.
I get up. So yeah, big shout out to Sagohi. He also helped with routing Grozny Grad, with that first frog like leaning, looking down the site.
And here we go. Here's the Sorrow. So how do we fight the Sorrow? Well, he's a ghost, so we don't really fight him. The cool thing about this segment is that the IGT actually gets saved before we start the fight, and if we do it correctly and just die and then continue on, the IGT gets reset back again to where we were before. So technically you can die here, you can walk all the way to the end and get the camera, it doesn't matter. For the IGT it does not count. So we're just gonna drown ourselves here quickly, wait a few seconds, and there we go.
Oh, he actually shot. That doesn't usually happen. Apologies for that jump scare, that doesn't usually happen.
I was gonna say that usually doesn't happen. And now time continues again. Could technically say the Sorrow is the same kind of stand as Star Platinum, stopping time. So we're just gonna go here, knock out this frog. There you go, with smoke. And thankfully here in this room there are no guards, so we don't need to worry about making any noises, we can just go on. So if I counted correctly, we're at 48 now, I hope. Might have missed some counting because of strength. As long as you don't miss shooting, then we'll be fine. If I remember correctly, we're going to walk all the way to the end.
You were keeping track. I've not been keeping track.
I mean, you're playing.
Sweet, the guy on the on the hill didn't shoot me.
Yeah, he has a shotgun. He can knock you over and takes a few seconds off because you're gonna get up again. But yeah, now we've been fed and we've been healed and we got our equipment back, and now we can move on. Wasn't there a frog down there?
Not yet.
Ah, okay. Misremembered. Yeah, better ask before
Tell
we
him,
miss
Stars. Tell him, Stars. Where's the next frog?
Yeah, says, where is it?
On a pipe later on in his room, if I remember correctly.
That is indeed correct.
Ah, there it is. Pow! Alright. Normally we need to do some menuing here, and having now the bullets for the SAA, of course we can easily shoot this frog, and we can move on. Gonna do a few things. We're gonna put on the cardboard box B, which can teleport us later back again to where the Metal Gear of this game is. And put on a few more items that we use, and then that's basically all the menu we need to do for the rest of the game.
The only reason for doing the menu in this room now rather than doing it before and shooting the frog is that whether you menu it or not, Snake will always have his standard handgun equipped at the start of this room. We don't want it, so
frog?
we wait until this room to. Oh, whoops!
Wasn't there a frog on the ladder stairs?
Oh,
bugger!
damn it, Nick!
You were talking so much, I was afraid that was wrong. That's why I was asking.
I've missed this frog before. No.
I think you can get back out again, right?
You can get back out.
Okay, we're gonna back. The run's not over. We can still get our keratins. It would be worse if we were in the bike chase. Apologies for the small diversion. We'll be right back on track after this short intermission.
I once made this mistake and I vowed that I'd never do it again, and clearly that was a lie.
Yeah. And I was worried, like, was I wrong again? Or, yeah, okay, in this instance, sadly, I was right. There's a frog on the stairs. As we said, when we walking past there, the second time we were without anything, because we have now our ammunition back again and have a gun, of course, now, when we walk past that side where we need to walk past anyway, we can now easily shoot this frog. That's what happens. I don't know if it's in English, but at least in German, you have a saying, if you don't have it in your head, you have to have it in your feet. So you're just gonna walk again. I'm gonna do it more. We're back again in the room, and this time we're gonna get the 50th frog. Yeah, just saying, you're putting back the marathon on schedule. We've been running a little bit ahead. It was all part of the plan, excuse me. Alright, that's frog number 50, if I counted correctly. Right, so this is how it usually would work. We teleport with the box inside the room here. And we're just gonna walk up and place 4 of the C3s. On European extreme difficulty, we would normally shoot here to scare all of these scientists away. But on very easy, we don't need to at all. We can just walk on. And as we stay in this box here, this scientist, for example, cannot see us. So I don't know if he's really a scientist or if he's faking it. Maybe he's just, you know, a dumb engineer. I don't know. But as long as we're in this box, he can't see us. Never mind. He deserved his engineering degree.
Oh, no.
Bugger. Might need to restart the room.
Yeah, I'm going to have to restart the room.
Fair enough, yeah. Taking an alert here is very bad for us because the guards usually always see us and find us. So we're just going to take a quick continue, start over again, and try a second time.
Yeah, I didn't move down past the unit that was putting the bomb at quick enough.
Fair enough. So once again, we're here. We're going to move up. Place 2 C3s, get a call, and then move on to the left. Place 2 more.
There we go.
There you go, yeah. No alert this time.
Okay, if I'm going to play it safe and go up top.
Yeah, fair enough. Like there's one more to the left. You can already see the guard here. We're going to probably roll for him. Just knock him out. There you go. We're gonna shoot another frog, which is around the corner here, just between. And we're gonna put on the C3. And that's it. Boom, done.
Phew. That was a lot longer than I was intending.
As I say, it's all part of the RNG manipulation for the next boss fight, which is Volgin. And Volgin, funny enough, we're for once not doing non-lethally. So far, we've been doing all bosses non-lethally. Volgin, this time we're gonna just take out lethally. We're gonna take in this first phase, a few shots to the head, easily done. Second phase is gonna delay a little bit. We're gonna use the delay to shoot another frog. There you go. And now we're gonna take out Volgin, and that's it. Doesn't count as a lethal kill because technically he's not dead. This is just one of the many boss fights that we have. So in this instance, we just take the lethal route. Alright, and now it's time for the first set of bike chases. We have Metal Gear behind us. We're gonna shoot these boxes and guards. And there's another frog down here. Quite easy to get. Just use it with the rocket launcher. This one that probably everyone gets. Yep, I can hear it.
Yep, I can hear it croaking.
Very nice. And then we can just continue to blast the Shago Heart here with the rocket launcher. I've been forgetting the name for 20 minutes. I hope nobody noticed. The Shago Heart. And we can actually... It says right there on the screen. Why didn't I... Anyway, we're going to have a little bit of a chance. We have a little bit of a chance to take down some of his health with the rocket launcher, even before we can do it and the runway. So, on very easy. It's not like we have problems with damaging to the maximum that we can before the actual fight begins, but we just usually take the time and damage it a little bit earlier, just to be safe.
To be honest, the main reason for me shooting him a lot during this section is to practice for European Extreme, where you do absolutely need to do the damage. Let's take the frog out again, though.
Yeah. Waka waka, waka waka. Fun fact, they can run out of batteries and they don't make a sound anymore. Normally, if we were playing on PlayStation 3, this part here is causing lots of slowdowns, and we would actually lose time, because if the FPS drops, the game of course runs slower, but the IGT does not run slower in the same manner. So normally on PS3, we would just look at the ceiling or look at the floor. Thankfully though, being able to play this game finally on Xbox One series consoles, the slowdown is basically non-existent anymore, and we can play however we want. There used to be a bug right at the bike chase, which would cause the game to crash, but thankfully Microsoft seemingly has fixed it, and so that's why we can play now on this version. And it's actually kind of getting more popular, I think, rather than the PlayStation 3 version. Yeah, get the frog there. Oh my god, did he? Yeah, there you go. And that's all we need to do. We're just gonna shoot all these guards. Eva's gonna drive around. If we don't kill these guards early here, they will run towards us. We're gonna wait a little bit, as is the case right now. Yeah, got him. There you go. Now we can move on.
I've already got the frog. It's not a problem.
Yeah, you got it. They call him Nick MLG for nothing. He's getting all the shots. Alright, here we go. Just taking out these guards. And then we're gonna move on over to the runway, where for the most part we're gonna play back into non-lethal ways with the easy gun. As we explained in the beginning, the easy gun also brings our stamina back, and we're gonna lose quite a lot, so having it on now actually brings it back again, and we need this stamina, in order to be safer later when we're doing the sniping section. What Nick is now doing is gonna take out all the passengers from these bikes. The drivers themselves, they don't shoot you as much, but definitely the passengers do. And then on the left there you go, there's another one. We want to take them out as quickly as we can so we don't get shot often. Being shot, of course, has Snake's aim shake. And for the Caratans that we're gonna take soon, oh, another one, we hopefully don't get shot often. So here's another one coming up. So one of these posts, as you can see, being shot shakes. Yeah, he moved. Yeah. Definitely moved. And there's another one like these coming up. So as you can see, it's very important to get out these gunners but we should be fine for now.
Yeah, these two frogs on the runway, I consider these to be the most difficult frogs in the game. If I miss them, I have to whip out my RPG and take a death in order to reset the room.
Yep. It's gonna be a factor later again, so once again, good luck, Nick, for getting all of these. So far, you're doing great. There's another one coming up here. In this segment now, the Shaggerheart will move way closer, and we're gonna start doing the pre-damage phase. Think you got him? Yep, there you go.
Yep.
Definitely moved. And now we can focus on doing the pre-damage here on Shaggerheart. We're gonna get the funniest voice acting ever. We would just say the first few words. There's a certain limit, of course, that we can do here with the Shaggerheart. After a while, we've done all the damage we're allowed to do. On Very Easy specifically, of course, it's great for us to do as much damage as possible. So in the actual fight later, we don't need to damage him as much anymore. And we already reached the limit, so good to go. The only reason to continue now, of course, is to have Morgan not interrupt us and run into us, for example, so that's why we still keep damaging him.
Ooh.
You alright, Nick?
Yeah, just...
Wonderful. And there we go, off to the bridge. And another frog is waiting for us, and thankfully we only need to shoot one of the C3s. We'll quickly stand up, shoot a little guy here. Now we're gonna lie down again and prepare. And thankfully, having our stamina being recovered by the easy gun, we have actually more than 50% of stamina, and that way we can do this little swag thing where we just lie on the floor. We have pre-aimed the C3 and we can just shoot it without needing to scope in. There you go. Now it's time for the actual Shaggerheart boss fight. Here we go. Gonna make use of the RPG. We're gonna shoot him at a specific timing. Hope that he stands still. Looks good.
Got him. Got the loop.
Now we're gonna drive around him and gonna shoot him in the back. Stun him again. One last shot needed. Gonna take now quickly the time to shoot the Keratin. There you go. And the final shot. And he got it! Very nice. Absolute flawless textbook execution. Love to see it. And is the next one come out again? This frog, despite being shot already, counts still as a separate frog. Oops.
No, it's the same frog.
It is the same frog, my bad. So we're just gonna take out here Volgan.
There we go.
There you go, very nice. So it's basically just two chances for the same frog, I see.
Yeah, it's actually very easy to take it out in the second one. It's just if I have the opportunity to take it out in phase one, I'd rather take it. That second phase wasn't that good. I messed up body shotting Volgan. You should just, all you do is body shot him before he moves into position and then shoot him once in the head. I was just a little slow on that, but recovered pretty nicely.
Yeah. Right, in the back segment here, we're not able to use the fake death pill to easily reset a room. And that's a problem, because we're in the back segment, we are not in control when we leave the room, so we're gonna make sure that we damage actually ourselves low enough that we can easily, if we need to, take a continue and have a second chance at shooting the upcoming frogs. Good thing on Very Easy,
this frog stars?
Hell frog.
Hell frog!
We hate it.
Yeah, it's not that difficult, particularly with the RPG. It is just, chances are, if you miss this frog, your run is dead. I have had world record runs end because I've missed this frog.
Yeah, you want to make sure that your health is roughly around Snake's E ladder. Nothing's coming up soon. There we go, Health Rock, say hello. Let's take them all out, so fine. And around the next corner, you only have a few shots and then you leave the room, so that's why we gotta be quick here. Got him.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's the frog. And now we leave the room.
Yeah,
that is how much time you have to reset if you miss that frog.
Yeah, you can either take the risk and try to shoot more at the frog and hope that you get it, or you just take the continue and have to do it all over again.
Yep.
Got it. That's 60. Now we're just gonna play around, shoot all these guys. They're fine, but if you're on fire at this low health, which now slowly recovers, can see a real problem. So we're just gonna take them out here while we can. The frog of this room has already been taken care of, so there's not another one. So it's just a little bit of time for aim practice. Why not? Come on. Get him. Don't let him fly over you. Ah, I got him.
Okay.
Oh, you can actually see that they're asleep. He's just continuously flying.
Oh.
Poor guy. Rest in peace.
Not a kill.
Yeah.
Does it? These don't count as a kill. I just put them to sleep.
Yep.
It was the explosion from their own machines that killed them. Oh, anyway.
Yeah, they shouldn't fall asleep here while driving. Or flying, rather.
Whoops. I shot myself.
Yeah, we're moving on to the next
bike
room.
chase frog.
Yep. Moving on to the final few frogs. A few more bikes coming down here again. No more flying guards. We still gotta make sure that we hit this frog. It's on this level. Frog.
Yep.
Got him. Splash damage. Take care of it. And that's 61. Once again, we're done with all the frogs here. There's only one per room at max, I think. So we're just gonna do a little bit of aim practice. I like to think when we take them out non-lethally like this, Snake has good intentions, because at the end of this level we're gonna make a big jump and they're all gonna die, so we just put them to sleep beforehand and we're gonna save them. We're actually saving them, okay? They might break a bone, but at least they don't fall to their deaths.
Yeah, alright, Eva. I'm already looking, right?
Let's say.
There's alright. Not really a lot left to say about this room.
Yeah. I need frogs. 61. Good comment. And here we go on the big drop coming up.
There's a chat. Can I take them all out before we get... Yes, I can.
Yes. There we go. All right. Nobody will die
before we
today.
get to the jump. What's the hurry, Eva? There's no guards left. We're fine.
Easy. You know what? Just slow down. No need to crash in the next scene where we need to heal you. That would have been a cool Easter egg. That she doesn't crash, and we're just like, I guess, darn, we walk the rest. All right, so we crashed in the cutscene, which we didn't see, of course, and we're gonna heal ourselves quickly. Well, not ourselves. We're gonna actually give Eva something to eat.
Let me have some more.
No.
And now we're gonna heal Eva. We're gonna give her first the food, so she has full stamina. Because as soon as we heal her, we automatically get taken out here. And as it is tradition with Metal Gear Solid games, when we have somebody to escort. Fun fact, in the first room, we don't need to have them follow us. So in this first room, we can just walk away, and Eva will still be behind us in the next room. Same with Metal Gear Solid 2. So this time, of course, we have to have a follow. And normally we would walk on the right side here, but for the Keratins, we gotta walk left. If I understand correctly, there used to be a strat to walk right just like usual, and then we have Emma wait, and then we walk left quickly to shoot the frog. But the problem is that Eva will still keep on following us, and she would need to walk back again, so we're just gonna go immediately left and have her just walk all the way. In the meantime, we're gonna take care of all these guards. And now we're gonna walk over this log. And down there is frog number 62. We're getting to the end. Once again, we have 64 in total that we need to take care of. So we're almost done.
That was quite nice. You have to be careful when you're turning around to shoot those guards. If you don't shoot those guards, they will catch up with you and spot you. Also, if you're trying to aim and you accidentally aim at Eva, she'll stop and duck down so that you can aim better. So that's why I move really far ahead of her, get on top of that mound, and then turn around and shoot. Got to be careful here that we don't go too far ahead of Eva, because the AI for Eva is really whack. So I want to make sure that she's definitely following me properly, because she might go down to the bottom of this log instead if I'm too far ahead.
Yeah, there's sometimes situations where Eva's just walking longer than necessary, and we hate that, of course.
Stars, what do we call this frog?
The Freeg.
The Freeg.
The only frog in one that doesn't require us to lose any time, because we're just waiting for Eva to catch up.
Yep.
Actually, whilst we're waiting for Eva to catch up, I kind of show it off.
Yeah. So these are actually figurines with batteries in them. And the more we shoot them,
you can start to hear the sound draining slightly. I haven't quite got enough time to go further, but eventually the sound will drain and it'll actually stop making noise completely. You'll hear a click of the batteries dying.
Correct.
Not that batteries click when they die. I don't know where that click comes from.
But yeah, indeed, the battery dies and they cannot make the noise anymore. And yeah, that has been the Freak is number 63. There's just one more left. Ooh, there you go. And that is in the final room.
Yep, one frog left.
Alright, so I know I can count. That's good. I'm just gonna wait for Eva to walk all the way. Her stamina now has actually drained past 50%, so she will be a little bit slower, I think, and also be a little bit more annoying, but it's fine. Just a few more meters. We're just gonna wait here.
No, she's gonna.
She takes the long path.
She's taking the long path down the tree.
I'm so hungry.
As long as her stamina bar doesn't go down to the bottom bar, she won't stop.
Yeah, okay.
Important one.
All right, here comes the final boss, the boss. It's a very simple thing that we're gonna do. As soon as she starts attacking us, we're gonna take her with QTE. I'm gonna throw a stun here. As she will stand up, she will be stunned. I'm gonna go back again here. Use the easy gun to shoot the final frog. This is frog 64.
Where's she? Oh, she's still on the floor.
Oh, she's right there.
Not quite sure what happened there, but
She was so well camouflaged you couldn't see her anymore. And now we're gonna finish the fight as we loop the boss scene. We're gonna shoot her in the head. 1 time. 2 time. Throw on the floor. Throw another stun up here. Turn around. She will be stunned again. Use the easy gun.
oh, she came out of that a lot quicker than I was expecting.
I was gonna say, but it's fine. She will usually attack again. Use the QTE here. Throw on the floor. One last stun or M9 shot, and that's it. I say M9, the easy gun.
That's the final boss. That's all. That should be all 64 frogs. But that's not where it's not time yet.
A little bit more game to go.
Yeah. But this is an
indeed.
unskippable. This is an unskippable cutscene.
Yep.
So, considering the time that we're on and the original estimate, when I first posted this and we decided to put it into the run, I was about 10 to 15 minutes slower than I am. And we also didn't make the decision about trying to cut out credits from games, because credits are really long, they're a bit boring. The problem is, if we don't watch the credits now, we are going to be so ahead of time on schedule now that it's going to be silly. The other thing is this run is only verified when we get to the end of the credits and we see the score screen, because there is a little happy keratin frog on the screen to show that we got all 64. So to ensure that the marathon continues to run on time and not massively ahead, we are going to sit through the credits. It's not that bad. But it does mean we get to see the frog at the end, and that's the bit that we love to see. assuming we see it. There's no guarantees yet.
I mean, us spectators definitely counted along. We counted 64. We've heard or seen them. So I'm pretty sure this is a sad thing. All right, last thing that we need to do, we're going to get the revolvers. We're going to go always for the left one because that one has the blank aimment. And we're going to spam an all here. The reason why we get the blank one is, of course, if we get the empty one, we need to wait for Ocelot to shoot all the bullets. So this is a little bit faster. And yeah, that's basically it. Get ready. Get ready for time?
No, time's not yet. We're going to...
Oh, excuse me, you don't stop here.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. We're going to stop on a rank screen, of course, yeah.
The only other thing I'm going to do here is I have now muted the audio because during the credits there are 2 songs that play. The first is "Way to Fall" by Star Sailor, which is a lovely ending theme, and the second is an arrangement of Metal Gear Solid 2's theme that was rearranged for Metal Gear Solid 3. Both of those get hit with copyright flags on YouTube and Twitch. So to avoid the highlight of this Twitch run getting muted at this point, we're going to cut the credit music so you can't hear it.
Indeed.
So I had a look at the time, and it looked like when I beat the boss, I was on about 111-ish. So yeah, I'm a couple of minutes, as expected, behind my PB and world record. And that would be down to missing that frog. To be honest, I do think if I hadn't missed that frog, this would have been a contender.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, you got the fast and you got the good also unit fight, good everything.
Yep, Fury super clean. Got a little bit of the fire there, but that's just what happens. It's done. It doesn't cost us too much time, but still. Yeah.
No, I can tell you that most runners would be absolutely joyed to have a Fury that goes that well.
Yes.
It's not as bad. It's not as bad on very easy difficulty.
Yeah.
We never really touched on it, but there's more to very easy for Keratons than just the game being easier and having the easy gun. The easy gun actually provides a very significant time save. When you first start Operation Snake Eater, I rolled up a couple of hills, shot a frog, and then moved over to where we started the game. There was a cutscene with the boss. During that cutscene, when you start Operation Snake Eater, Snake starts with a handgun, and in that cutscene, the boss dismantles that handgun and throws it away. So on every difficulty level, apart from very easy, at that point onwards, Snake doesn't have a handgun and does not get one until the start of the Ocelot unit. So unless you're very proficient at throwing smoke grenades at frogs, which for the positions they are in, it is not easy at all. You were to get the frogs from earlier, you would have to go all the way to the Ocelot unit, beat the Ocelot unit, and then backtrack all the way back to the start of the of Dramuchi South. So that is the other reason why that would be. I've not timed it properly, but it probably saves
must be minutes.
somewhere around 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a massive thing.
So it's the other reason why very easy is the fact. Well, it's the fastest version anyway, but that is a huge time save.
Yep.
But the other thing with speedrun.com for this, there's no separation across the difficulties. You can do this on any difficulty, and it is available on any difficulty, any platform. It is just a combination of very easy and the Xbox Series S that will always produce the fastest time. I am currently the only active runner. I'm the only runner on the boards. I'm not the only person who has done Keratons before. But some of them were multi-segment, some of them have since left speedrun.com and things like that. So I'm the only active runner on the board at the moment. So it'd be great to see more people pick up MGS3 to begin with.
But there's a good thing coming, I heard from you. So Nick, tell us about your plans, how to make more all Keratin runners.
I am going to be releasing a tutorial for this run. The script is finished, although it does need one alteration. As I've recently discovered, there are some that you can actually kick and punch, which I didn't think you could. So yeah, if you want to follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/NickRPGreen, the tutorial for this will be going up. It'd be great to see more people running MGS3. Of course, the big problem with MGS3 is its availability. Konami, I think we're coming up to a year and a half now, delisted Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 from all storefronts, all versions of the game, because of real life footage that's used. They couldn't renew the licenses, and we've had 2 updates since, which is just we're working on it. So if you don't already own Metal Gear Solid 3, you currently can't. The only way you could buy it and play it is to buy a physical copy, and obviously they're not as easy to pick up, and you don't really want to run the PS2 version as much.
There's a big hurdle, really, because if you want to play this, you can, absolutely, and you can be competitive. But the thing is, you have to get an Xbox Series X, because this is the only one that can read discs. That's already expensive. You gotta get a used disc that hopefully, doesn't break at all. The good thing is, in this combination, you're not depending on the disc to run the game. You still download a digital copy of the game. The disc is just there to verify that you have this game. But of course, it's way easier, for example, to get an Xbox Series S, but that requires you, of course, that you have already bought the game before it was taken off the stores. You can still download it now, but you cannot acquire it brand new, sadly. And that accounts for all the versions, as we said, Xbox, PS3, PS Vita, and of course, the 3DS version technically as well, because I think you also cannot buy this anymore on 3DS.
I don't think the 3DS version is available for purchase on the store. Although the 3DS e-store is about to get shut down.
Shut down as well.
So even if it was on there, the time would be limited to get it anyway.
Time's running out.
I got very lucky. At one point, I got some notification I saw on Twitter or something that the MGS2 and 3 collection on Xbox was on sale, and I thought, I didn't own my Xbox Series S at the time, and I was like, you know what, I might get one day. It's only a $5, so I might as well buy it whilst I've got the opportunity. That was the best decision I made.
Good idea, for sure. Hindsight, it's been 2020, and we saw now coming back to us. Oh well, soon we hope it will be back. I mean, they're working on it, right? It's happening. Yeah, but all we got so far is new artwork.
The other thing, of course, that we could really do with is having these games ported to modern consoles. I don't want a remake. You hear loads of stuff about remake suggestions of Metal Gear Solid 1 getting remade or Metal Gear Solid 3 getting remade. I haven't heard anything about MGS2 getting remade. It tends to be 1
because
and
it's perfect.
3. Yeah.
We'll see the perfect game tomorrow.
Don't want remakes of any of them. If you're going to remake any of these, the Metal Gear 1 and 2 for the MSX, they would be better off being
but
remade.
Keep it a 2D game. Just make it a little bit nicer,
But for me, just modern ports to modern consoles and to PC.
Yeah.
I can tell you that Metal Gear Solid 3 for speedrunning is very quiet. The moment Metal Gear Solid 3 gets ported to PC, it will explode.
Massive. Yeah.
We'll have so many new runners. So if you're watching Konami, get on with it.
It's the reason because in our speedrun group, of course, the most popular games are run on PC. And if you look at all of the Metal Gear games in the series, the most popular ones are Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, of course, Metal Gear Solid 2 on PC, and Metal Gear Solid 1 on PC, even though it's technically the worst version to play, but for speedrunning, it's great. And then all the other games rapidly have way less runners, especially active runners. There's sometimes people coming in, playing for 1 or 2 weeks and leaving again, sadly. So just modern ports, making it more accessible would be amazing, especially for those games that are stuck on PSP, like Acid 1, Acid 2, and the Portable Ops games, for example.
Yeah, you think Metal Gear Solid 3's quiet? I can't remember the last time I saw someone running MGS4.
Yeah, it's been ages. But about that, Nick, where can people go to learn the games and have a nice community to join and talk about Metal Gear speedrunning?
That's very true. If you would like to get involved in any of the Metal Gear games, Metal Gear Solid 1 through 5, the PSP games, Survive. We have runners. I'm one of them who runs Metal Gear Survive.
You're one of the 2 runners?
I'm one of the... there's more than 2 of us, but there's no one active at the moment. But yeah, there are people who run Metal Gear Survive as well. Head over to metalgearspeedrunners.com From there, you'll find links to the wiki, to the Discord server. We've got loads of wonderful people in there who are ready to help anyone pick up any of the games.
And there's never a dumb question. I can always say it again. Like, if you think you cannot do this, what we've done today, everyone can. Now, granted, you can play the game, of course, technically, as we explained, but everyone can learn how to play like this. We're going to happily help. We want to make new generations of runners happen. And of course, as Nick said, just join the Metal Gear speedrunners.
Anything from you, Stars, before we close out? Because we are getting close.
No, not really. I'm really happy I got to see this in sort of a first row seat, but I'm really happy. I got to be joined by House with the incredible mechanical commentary. And yeah, it's true. The MGSR community is great. I learned how to speedrun MGS1 myself. It's been incredible. Nick,
all right,
and wait,
sorry, we're just coming up on time, and time will be when this next screen appears. Time, and there's the frog.
Frog. That's a confirmation.
That is the key bit. It is so nerve-wracking when you know you're on world record pace. You have to wait until this screen, and if that is not a frog, your run is invalid. I've had several world record times die because I've got to here, and that was a leech. So I'm very, very pleased that I did get the keratin rank in a marathon. So yeah, I think with those credits and that, we've taken up more than enough of everyone's time. So I want to say big thank you to House and Stars for commentating. It's really helpful to let me just concentrate, apart from that one room where I didn't concentrate. Please stick around for the rest of Pixel Perfect if you can. It's, we've done so much work to bring this to you. I'm glad that I could represent the staff team with this run. Yeah, it's going to be an absolute blast. So again, thank you to you two. I'll let you say anything else before we go out.
Just one last thing. Thank you everyone for watching. It was a pleasure to be in here in the front row seat. And of course, come back tomorrow again for Metal Gear Solid 2 as a speedrun race with the SOS mod, 2 p.m. CET or 8 a.m. EST. Thank you everyone. I'll be back.
Thank you everyone. It was an incredible run, and keep watching more cool runs.
All right, Heidi, over to you.
Awesome, thank you. It was a great run. I'm glad that you actually got the keratin at the end there. But House, thank you to Star, and well done to Nick. I promise I won't do this in a Yorkshire accent, even though I did threaten it halfway through your run. I don't think I'd be allowed back if I did that. But no, it was a great run. Thank you for our commentators. Thank you for Nick for the run. We're going to get set up for the next game in a moment. It is actually a race. We've got Sonic Project 6. We've got a race between Stelmo 98 and Reverie. So whilst we get set up for that, go and hydrate. We will be back soon.